Hey everybody, Moarhammer here. I've got another battle report for you. This one is 800 points against Flesh Eater Chords. So sit back, relax and watch us beat the living hell out of each other. But I'll get right into it right after the army breakdown. So, here is a picture of deployment, and on my side there is a unit of Skull Reapers. Then in the middle I've got a unit of 10 Blood Warriors, behind which is the Blood Secretor and just going to the left the Skull Grinder. Then I've got a unit of Skull Reapers, behind which is the Aspiring Deathbringer, and then I've got a unit of 2 Blood Reavers. And on his side, starting on the kind of the far left, he's got a Vargeist, I think. I don't know. Behind him, he's got some Crypt Horrors, then a big unit of 20 Ghouls, and then a Crypt King and a Ghoul Courtier chap behind them. So you've got the 2 characters, as well as everything else. So, in terms of mission, we're playing the one where the comets come down, so we don't quite know where the objective markers are yet. But we're not playing with any kind of the magic items or anything. It's kind of the first game we played, so we're not playing that. But it doesn't matter that much because he had fewer drops than me. He chose who went first and who went second, and he opted to go first. He wanted to cover the ground as fast as possible, so that's exactly what he does. He buffs a couple of things, but generally he just moves forward not too aggressively, because obviously there's the danger of the double turn. So he just comes forward a little bit cautiously and leaves it pretty much exactly at that. So we go straight into my turn. And I move forward as well. I move forward more aggressively than he did. My Blood Secretor plants the banner, and everything else kind of runs forward. I'm not too fussed about not being aggressive, because even if he hits me with his units, I know I'm going to hit back just as hard, and hopefully harder. I also move my Blood Reavers off to the right hand side. They're quite fast, so I was hoping that if my objective appeared on my left hand side and his objective appeared on the right hand side, then I might be able to send these guys after them and keep my other stuff back to claim the objective. So that's kind of the idea. But obviously this is my movement. I have no other movement or anything like that, so we go straight into the initiative roll, of which he wins. And not great. That's not too bad. I mean, he's not getting a double turn or anything, so it's a case of me doing what I'm doing. He moves his Vargeist forward, and everything else kind of comes forward. His 2 characters go around the right hand side of that Dragon Fate dais. His objective, you can kind of just see the blue gem in the right hand corner, or the right hand quarter even. That's the objective where the meteor that came down for him. So he sent one of his courtiers over there to grab it. And other than that, he kind of just moved forward into the middle of the board. He does try to charge with the Vargeist, and he it was actually quite a good move. He was going for the Blood Secretor, but it was a bit too much of a long charge. He didn't quite manage to get there, so he slammed straight into the Blood Reapers instead, which isn't a bad choice. So he attacks with them first. Doesn't do too bad. He's able to kill one and put a wound onto another. The fact that I was in cover here really did help me quite a lot. So I end up piling in, attacking him, and doing all but 2 wounds to him. So I think he's got 8 total, so 6 wounds onto the Vargeist, which is not bad going at all. Unfortunately, he does regenerate 1 or 2 of those because he killed something that turn. So, yeah. But anyway, so I roll where my objective appears, and it appears on my right hand side. So I end up just running the Blood Reavers back there to claim it, and they can just sit there for the rest of the game quite happily. So other than that, my Aspiring Deathbringer runs up, and my Blood Warriors and Skull Reapers move forward as well to try and deal with the oncoming onslaught. And I send my Skull Grinder over to deal with the Vargeist. Because if I can kill it with the Skull Grinder, it'll make stuff Blood Blast, which is always a good thing to have. So, we go into the charge phase, and I get a couple of charges in. My Skull Reapers managed to smash straight into the ghouls here, and I was looking forward to this because I was pretty sure I was going to annihilate them. So that's what these guys do. And then my Skull Grinder makes it in over here. I didn't charge my Blood Warriors. I was going to let him do the work and charge me instead. So I decided to attack with this one first, and it's utterly brutal. I kill about 16 of them. It was just horrendous, which I'm a big fan of. He does attack with his Vargeist next, but he rolls absolutely cack. He managed to put a single wound onto one of the Skull Reapers. He just rolls really pants. So my Skull Grinder, being the boss that he is, picks up his hammer and smashes the thing straight off the board, and that is all I'm asking for. Over here then he piles in with his handful of remaining ghouls, attacks and does a wound to a single Skull Reaper. So yep, no big deal, nothing really happened, and that's fantastic. He did actually put Inspiring Presence on the big unit though, so they're not running anywhere. I didn't mention that. So we go into the initiative roll-off, and he wins it. And he does some stuff. He runs his Crypt Horrors on the left-hand side, towards the Blood Warriors. He runs his Ghoul King around the Dragonfate Dais to come at stuff. And if you look at the bottom right-hand side, he's summoned a unit of ghouls on. Now they were in his summoning pool. And he summoned them right behind the Blood Reavers. His hope was going to charge the Blood Reavers, kill them, and take the objective. And that had me a little bit worried, actually, because Blood Reavers are idiots. But at the very least, they were in range of the Bloodsecrator's banner, so they were immune to Battle Shock. That's all his movement, and he's got no shooting, so we go straight to charges. And his ghouls have very little problem making it into the Blood Reavers. And again, bit concerned, but fingers crossed I'd be okay. Over here, his Crypt Horrors also managed to smash into my Blood Warriors. And this is one I wasn't too fussed about. I kind of figured that if he kills me, I'm going to hit him back. If not, fine. And my Blood Warriors, these guys do tend to be quite hard, so I wasn't too worried about this one. This one he chooses to go for first, and he does not do badly at all. He kills 4 Blood Warriors, which is actually quite brutal. I think I do 1 or 2 wounds in retaliation, but I can't remember quite how much I do. Because I attacked back with my Reavers next, because I didn't want them to die too quickly. And I believe they may have done absolutely nothing, actually. They either kill 1 or 2, or they don't do much, really. Nothing of note happens. So he attacks with his ghouls over here and is able to kill a Skull Reaper. I do manage to swing and chop one of their heads off as he goes down, but yep, that's not too bad. Then over here I pile in with my Blood Warriors, and they are able to smash 2 of them apart. Again, one of them was wounded from earlier from the retaliatory attacks, but the main point of this was I've got the Gorglaive in there, so he managed to really do some decent damage. But they're doing well, so yay me. And over here, his ghouls decide to attack, and they do fine as well. They kill 2 Blood Reavers. Again, it's it's kind of just bad combat units against bad combat units here, but and over here, my Skull Reapers have absolutely no problem killing the rest of the ghouls. I'm on the stage where they're re-rolling hits and wounds, and it's just brutal. So yay. So we go into my turn, and I do some stuff. My Skull Reapers in the middle move into the Dragonfate Dais. There's another sort of courtier, or whatever they are, at the other side of that thing. You can't quite see it, so I'm going to kill him. My Aspiring Deathbringer is going to go off and try and take on his Ghoul King himself, because he's a boss like that. And my Skull Grinder and Skull Reapers come to help out against that last Crypt Horror. I don't think they're really going to need the help, but that's where I'm going anyway. And obviously I keep my Bloodsecrator's banner planted because I don't need it anywhere else. helping out those crypt horrors, and most importantly, stopping my blood reavers from running away anywhere. Is their main help. So we go into the charge phase. The Aspiring Deathbringer smashes straight into the Ghoul King, and these Skull Reavers make it into the courtier behind this thing here, and that would hopefully make quite short work there. I also piled my Skull Grinder in here, just because I like attacking with my Skull Grinder. So I attack with my Deathbringer first, and I put him down to 5 wounds. I think he's got 6 or 7 basics. I don't do that well. He just blinks 1 or 2 wounds off here or there, but it's no big deal. And then he attacks with his Crypt Ghouls and kills 3 Reavers, so they are dwindling in number now. Then my Skull Grinder goes and is very, very easily able to smash apart that Crypt Horror. And then correspondingly, I'm easily able to kill the courtier over here with my Skull Reapers. Then he does attack with his Ghoul King over here and is able to put 2 wounds onto my Aspiring Deathbringer, which I wouldn't expect him to do any worse. And then attack with my Reavers over here, and I'm able to kill a couple of the Crypt Horrors, not too bad at all. So it's now 5v4. So I really need to hold them off the objective. So we go into my turn, and I think I got the double turn here. I won the initiative roll off. And my Skull Reapers at the back come around to try and help my Aspiring Deathbringer against the Ghoul King. But other than that, I don't really move anything because I don't see the point. I had faith in my Reavers. So they charge in over here like this, and hopefully that guy will die. And that is my only charge. So after all is said and done, I don't quite manage to kill him. Actually, I only put him down to 2 wounds, I think, with my Skull Reapers. And then when he attacks back, he's able to actually kill a Skull Reaper himself, which is not bad going at all. Then over here, he attacks with his Ghouls and is able to kill a single Blood Reaver. So again, slowing down a bit. So I'm still in good stead there. Then over here, I attack with my Aspiring Deathbringer, and I'm able to kill him outright, which is fantastic. So again, like I said, he only had 1 or 2 wounds left, but he comes down to the Aspiring Deathbringer, and that's perfect. So then we go to his turn, and the only thing he's got left on the board is that unit of Ghouls. So we go straight into combat, and they turn it up a notch this time. They are able to kill 3 Blood Reavers, leaving me only with 1 left. And if that guy died, there's going to be a problem here. And when he actually fights back, though, he's able to kill 2 by himself. It's the unit champion, so he's obviously a boss, and he managed to kill 2 ghouls, which is fantastic. But with the Blood Secretor being right there, he is immune to Battle Shock, so he's not running anywhere. Fortunately, because otherwise he would probably run away like a coward. But there you have it. That is the end of the game. End of the last turn. And it turned out to be just a victory for me. I was scoring just enough at the end there, where he wasn't. Whereas my objective, I was scoring. I wasn't really scoring much of the game because we were contesting it. So, and a very, very cracking game, and such a stunning army. I really enjoyed playing it. So yeah, thanks very much for watching. I will. Please, if you liked it, leave any comments below or like the video, or hit me up on Twitter at More War Games. And I'll see you again soon with another battle report.